Hey all, it's Daniel Kastner, and today I want to talk to you about the SureShot 80 Tele SAF. Kind of a mouthful. This camera is, a point and shoot, but it's got a couple of really interesting things. Before I put a battery in it and kind of show you a little bit about it real quick, again, it's a zoom Tele, but it's completely not. I'll show you that once that battery's in, but definitely a weird looking camera. It's got, just the flash. There's no LED or anything on the front. It's got a button so you can go from your Tele to wide, and it's got your simple shutter button up top, and on the back it's got a circular dial, which is really nice for those that like switching just to immediately have the flash off. It's probably my favorite setting and thing that you can do with this camera. I think that's really important. It does have a self-timer. Instead of using the LED, it uses the flash to kind of count down. It goes into an auto flash mode, and I think that's really important to know. Other than that, it takes a 123 battery. So I've got one of those right here, just your Duracell lithium. I've never had one of these die. I've heard it takes a while. And I know this camera, from what I've read online, it's really hard to kill a battery in one of these. So that just goes in like so, and I'm gonna kick this back to off. It'll close up the camera. I'm gonna switch it to flash off, and it opens the lens and just, makes the barrel go out just a tiny bit. The button actually just brings it all the way out to 80 millimeters. And it's a little silly, but not the most ridiculous zoom I've ever seen. It's kind of funny that it's just those two modes. I haven't really seen that on a ton of other cameras. For those kind of new to point and shoot photography, usually the strap is the minimal focal length, so you can kind of measure that out and kind of understand where that is. It also has a tiny button on it. On the end of it, you'll find this on a lot of point and shoot cameras. You can kind of see there's a little nub. That's for if you want to potentially rewind early or whatever. It is a plastic tripod mount, and it's off center, so I probably wouldn't use that a ton, but you can. There is a frame cover on the top. Inside, it just kind of shows you if you're in, if this green button, I believe, is if you are in focus. Also, for those just getting into point and shoot photography, usually the autofocus sensors point right to the middle, so if your subject is a little bit off, point to them first, push the shutter halfway down, and then point to the middle of the scene if you want your person off to the side. Same if you have like two people in your scene and you want them to be in focus, so would throw that tip out there. I'm probably going to tell you some more of these in things I would do with a point and shoot video, but figured I'd at least kind of go through some of this stuff now. I'm the type of photographer, I go out and I'll just leave the camera on, and I'll sometimes even throw it in my pocket with the lens open and stuff. You just never know. You don't want to like take your camera out of your pocket and find the right setting. I'm the type of person, I'll flick it to just flash off if I'm out taking photos of things, and if I need to, then I can set the other settings, or if it starts raining or whatever, I can just put it away. I'm gonna show you a couple more things with this camera. One thing that I thought was kind of funny, if I take out the battery real quick, I'm gonna shut it off, and I can use my thumb. You might need a quarter or a nickel to take that out. But the battery, you'll see there, it's kind of funny, there's a little ribbon cable inside here, and that goes from the camera electronics. If you open the actual back with this side to load the film, you'll see that ribbon cable is here as well. I just thought that was kind of funny, and that's actually going to the back where this is for the switch. Inside is pretty easy. You just load the film in, you'll pop it in this way, bring it over, and if you're kind of new to point and shoots, usually there's like an orange or red indication of where it goes. This is just telling you it needs to go over the top. It doesn't have to wind backwards or anything. It's pretty straightforward. It'll just go right over. So, I think that's all I have to tell you about the SureShot 80, Tele 80 Tele. It's a great little camera. I haven't gotten to shoot it yet, but I can tell that most of the features work, and you can find these for probably under 50 bucks. It's, good little Canon point and shoot. Hard to go wrong. I do also believe it is a glass lens. I know that matters to some people. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty positive with glass. So that's the Sure Shot Tele. Have you shot one of these? What do you think? If you like this kind of stuff and me going through cameras and how I'd use them, please subscribe, say hi. I'm DF Kastner over on Instagram, and I do have a coffee account. I'm a cheap date, and I don't have a lot of other stuff printed out there, so if you want to buy me a coffee for some of this information, you potentially learned something. I'm a cheap date at $3 a coffee. I like espresso, and if not, my cats like treats. They're picky and always hungry, so I'm gonna go feed them, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching.